These are the days of our lives.
Now, you have to admit, huh? You have to admit that you were thankful that Days of Our Lives wasn't coming on next, right? Weren't you? Weren't you grateful and happy about that? Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you on a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. An interesting wide open Wednesday. Lots and lots going on. A lot going on. Happy Valentine's Day for your lovers out there. Guys, I hope you went to one of the 5 Woodhouse Day Spa locations already. If you haven't, you can. You can right now. You can go right now. There are 5 locations, Mid-City, New Orleans. That's Canal Street at Carrollton. They're in Metairie, near North Kenner, Transcontinental at West Esplanade. 2 North Shore locations, Slidell, I-10 Gauze exit, about a minute off that exit. They're in Mandeville, across from Mandeville City Hall. They're in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. Today is Valentine's Day, guys. Don't come home with, empty-handed. Don't come home from work without a gift for her for Valentine's Day. And I'm telling you, you can get to one of the 5 Woodhouse Day Spa locations, get her that gift card, that day of relaxation. I recommend going to one of the 5 locations, and in that lobby foyer area, you can get her a little gift bag. The staff will help you out. They'll get it all, girlified for you. Stuff we're terrible at, guys. The tissue paper, the ribbon, the bow, the little bag with the rope handles. They'll get it all set up, and they'll load that bag up with goodies for her, like bath salts and moisturizers and candles. That lobby foyer area at each and every Woodhouse is loaded with stuff she wants. So your Valentine's Day problem is solved. 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations, convenient. Get her the little gift bag. Get her the full-blown day of relaxation gift card. Now, here's the great part for you guys going, I don't have time. I can't make it to one of the locations. I'm going to be seeing her in 20 minutes. I can bail you out. WoodhouseSpas.com. WoodhouseSpas.com. You can print your own gift card, any denomination, however much money you want to spend. Print it up. Head to a Walgreens, get a Hallmark card for her. Stick that gift card in there, and, your day is saved. WoodhouseSpas.com. Valentine's Day is right now. Day after Mardi Gras. Few days after the Super Bowl. Ash Wednesday is Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is Ash Wednesday. Get out there. Get out to the Woodhouse. Take care of her. Don't drop the ball on this. I know some of you are like, it's Mardi Gras. It's Ash Wednesday. So much going on. It's Super Bowl Sunday. So confusing. Maybe I can let this one slip by. Nope. Can't let it slip by, guys. Doesn't work that way. Trust me, a guy who's divorced, it doesn't work that way. Happy Valentine's Day. Wide open Wednesday. Happy Ash Wednesday, Catholics out there. It's a modern society. Drive through ashes. Don't have to leave the car. That's good stuff. Where can you get some drive through ashes? I'd like to know. 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines. Where can I get some drive-through ashes for this Catholic boy who's late on Ash Wednesday? 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Some absolutely fantastic weather outside. I don't know. This is as good as it gets. Chamber of Commerce type weather. I don't know what to tell you. San Diego, Honolulu type weather. It's just ridiculously nice. It's mostly blue skies, barely, little clouds floating by. No threat of rain at all. Little white puffy clouds. Looks like little cotton balls. Blue sky and like 62, 63 degrees. So coolio and comfortable. Get outside before the sun drops out the sky in about an hour. At least the days are starting to stretch a little bit now, huh? None of that 5:15, 5:30 dark crap. We're getting closer to like 6:15. And, over the next few months, the days just get longer and longer until we peak out in June around, 8:30? Still light? Anyway, get outside and enjoy an incredible weather day in New Orleans, as good as it gets. You folks that the cold doesn't bother you, you can put on shorts and a T-shirt. You folks that don't like the cold, all you need is I got a little sweater or something and you're fine. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. You're the show producer. Whatever you'd like to discuss, it's wide open. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. Boy, what a Mardi Gras for New Orleans. I'm no expert, and I didn't weigh the trash. You remember they used to, we'll figure out how good of a Mardi Gras it's going to be based off of the trash we pick up. I mean, that is some kind of a strange barometer, but nothing scientific, that's safe to say. But what a Mardi Gras, the vibe in the city, the amount of people in the city, the crowds in the city. Great weather for most of the time. It might be the best financial Mardi Gras for the city ever. The economic benefit, hundreds of millions of dollars, we know that. It may be the most successful Mardi Gras ever. We'll find out soon within the next few days when these numbers are all added up. Boy, pretty amazing. St. Charles Avenue, pretty damn clean, at least the parts I saw. I mean, like spotless clean. Like there were parades here yesterday, and parades there going late. Did Zulu have a breakdown? Did Rex run into a tree? What happened? I know the Rex folks are bummed out. There was sort of a passive threat, I think, by Rex. Hey, City of New Orleans, I don't know if it's Zulu, I don't know who they're directing it to, get your you-know-what together so we don't run so late that we can't toast the queen. And I know that sounds like it's petty and ridiculous, and isn't all of Mardi Gras kind of ridiculous? It's Mardi Gras, it's fantasy, it's make-believe. But Rex has a tradition since the 1800s. They toast the queen. The parade was delayed so long, the queen had to leave by the time the parade got there. The king and queen couldn't hook up for the toast. Was Zulu late? Was it some city thing? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. 130 state troopers, also some wildlife and fishery agents, confiscating 57 unlawfully carried firearms. 57. You can't bring guns to the parade, folks. Confiscated 57 unlawfully carried guns, and they seized 7 others. And I would assume the 7 others, those are some arrests that are going to stick. But the state trooper presence and smart wildlife and fishery agents, the more the merrier. No one's trying to put a damper on your parade. That's for sure. But you want Mardi Gras to be safe. You want it to be safe. You want people to feel safe. 1 killed in Kansas City. The Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade today. Beautiful day, blue skies. Perfect day for a parade. Gunshots at the parade. 1 killed at that Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade. What a Super Bowl, huh? What a great Super Bowl. 5 quarters of Super Bowl action. Like a full overtime, down to the wire type of gimmick. Unbelievable. Yeah, a lot going on. Mardi Gras, super successful. Super Bowl Sunday. It's Ash Wednesday. It's Valentine's Day. It's Wide Open Wednesday on the neutral ground where you're the show producer. Whatever you'd like to discuss. Boy, Rouse's Markets taking care of you for Mardi Gras, huh? With those king cakes. No one sells more king cakes in the world than Rouse's. Now they're shifting to crawfish. hot crawfish, hot from the pot, ready for you to take out of the store and eat right away, or live from the sack. No one sells more crawfish than your Rouse's Market. Best quality, best price, best selection. Tastes like home. Crawfish season at Rouse's. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port NOLA has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
River Cities Total Maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. I don't know about you, but that looked like a ridiculously successful New Orleans Mardi Gras. Just looked like a lot of people having fun. The big question mark is the weekend. I saw someone post on Twitter that I don't think they just make stuff up. kind of discussion was about the success of Mardi Gras. And the weekend, he was sort of saying, boy, it was packed and just overflowing and out of control and the like. That type of thing. And then he said Monday and especially Tuesday, although crowded, he didn't feel it was like as packed as the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which that would then lead to some other folks saying, was it a lot of locals and folks from around Metro New Orleans, from around the state, from around southern Mississippi, kind of a regional drive-in thing for the weekend and maybe not even taking Monday and Tuesday off? Or was it folks from around the region doing that, folks around the country, folks around the world coming in for Mardi Gras? So the hotel numbers, occupancy rate, reservations booked, music clubs full, bars selling out of liquor and beer, that type of stuff. We're going to find all of that out over the next few days. We're going to find out those economic impact numbers. Now, when you throw in inflation and everything else, the numbers are going to be super large, hundreds of millions of dollars in economic impact. It's just gone up and exponentially like the last decade with, I guess, inflation, coronavirus crisis, making everything more expensive, on and on and on. But I've never heard numbers for like a Mardi Gras or a Super Bowl being north of $500 million. And all I'm hearing are numbers for Mardi Gras and what folks are predicting for the Super Bowl a year from now, February 9th of next year, here in New Orleans, north of $500 million. I've seen some numbers for Mardi Gras that seem just off the charts, $700, $800, $900 million economic impact for Metro New Orleans. Those numbers just seem really high, but we'll get the experts on when those numbers come out, folks like Michael Heck from Greater New Orleans Inc., Stephen Perry type people, Mark Romig from New Orleans and Company, Walt Leger from New Orleans and Company, those types, the Doug Thornton types, the folks that really know the numbers, can study the numbers, break down the numbers, and come up with something realistic about it compared to other Super Bowls, other cities, all of that type of stuff. Other Mardi Gras, I should say. So we're going to get a good look at 2024 economic impact numbers for Mardi Gras really soon. And I don't know, I think it could be maybe the best ever Mardi Gras financially for the city. 766-9480. 766-9480. They said truck parades were running on St. Charles Avenue like after dark last night. Normally finishing up 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4:30 at the latest, maybe the last trucks rolling down St. Charles. Hours late, Zulu late, Rex late, Crescent City, Elks late, or Elks Crescent City late. I didn't get a specific reason. I did see seemed like a threat from Rex, like, you folks need to get your you-know-what together, whoever was pointed at. I don't know if it's Zulu, the city getting on Zulu. Zulu had nothing to do with it. It's all the city. I have no idea. But Rex seems to think like there's someone else to blame, pointing the finger at them and going, get your you-know-what together, or we may abandon the traditional route and do something on our own, or hell, move the parade. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, anybody know the inside story on the delays from yesterday? 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Happy Valentine's Day. For you guys that screwed up, I'll make it quick. I said it earlier. 5 Woodhouse Day Spa locations, guys. Mid-City, New Orleans, Metairie near North Kenner, right off the Gauze I-10 exit in Slidell, Mandeville, Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. If you can't make it to one of the 5 locations, go online, woodhousespas.com. You can print your own gift card, any denomination, including a full-blown day of relaxation. That's what I recommend. It's Valentine's Day, guys. Don't try to get away with it, dodge the bullet, not get her anything, work around it. Straighten up, fly right, be smart. Most significant person in your life. This is a special day for her, probably more than us as men. So think of it for her like it's Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. You know, what is she going to, honey, we don't need television today. I didn't pay the cable bill, so don't worry about it. It's just a game. Honey, it's the Super Bowl. What do you mean? You know, that's Valentine's Day. Don't drop the ball. Get her what she wants. WoodhouseSpas.com. It was an incredible Mardi Gras. I think the 130 state troopers and the wildlife and fishery agents helped. That Troop N and these troopers in New Orleans, that's only going to help. Violent crime in the city already is taking a downward trend. Maybe it was Woodfork and the sense of urgency while the police chief search was going on. Maybe it's the new police chief, Kirkpatrick. Maybe it's just, like I said, a sense of urgency. More people getting on board. Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal, everybody on the same page. The governor, Jeff Landry, the DA, Jason Williams, working together, working hand in hand. No, you throw in this Troop N and this influx of cops, like 40 more NOPD, essentially, just state troopers, 40 more experienced uniform cops, not rookies. Look, I love the rookie classes. I love all these recruitment classes getting larger, getting bigger, more of them. Got to get the recruitment classes going and rolling and multiple ones every year and keep bringing in young, fresh cops. But they're green and they're inexperienced because they're rookies. And when you lose an experienced cop, it's nice to bring in 40 state troopers that have experience. Now, everybody's on the same page on this. And it's 2024. And the NOPD are under a consent decree. The state police could go under one with transgressions they've had. So there's a watchful eye. There's bulldog type watchful eye over these 40 troopers, Troop N. They're folks that want to see it fail. They're folks that are worried about their little fiefdom in New Orleans, losing some kind of political control or city contract or something indirectly. It could be a black-white thing, Republican-Democrat thing. Who knows? It's a thing. It's New Orleans. So there'll be folks that hope it fails, that want it to fail. They're going to push a narrative that it is failing if it's not. So in 2024, video cameras and the like, plus the scrutinization, I'm not too concerned about state troopers coming in here and abusing their role. And look at what happened during Mardi Gras. You had that NOPD officer push the high school band member, the NOPD, the police union, everybody right on top of that right away. Very, very not New Orleans-like, not like the old school NOPD. Would have just been brushed off. We'll let you know about it later. Don't worry about it, hoping it'll go away. Instead, they address it right away. So I don't know. Maybe there's some changes going on. Seems like violent crime. I don't want to say we're getting a handle on it, getting a thumb. I don't want to say anything like that. But it's trending downward, and hopefully that trend continues. And the state troopers and the wildlife and fishery agents, 130 of them. That's a presence down on the parade routes and the like. Yeah, it's Mardi Gras, New Orleans as it gets. Like Leidenheimer French bread, as New Orleans as it gets. The official French bread of New Orleans? The official po' boy French bread of New Orleans? I don't know about you, and I'm serious when I say this. Is it a real, authentic New Orleans po' boy? I don't care if it's roast beef, shrimp, oyster. Is it a real, authentic New Orleans po' boy if it's not on Leidenheimer French bread? Part of the New Orleans community for over a century. into their third century. They cranked things up in 1896, started baking that Leidenheimer French bread you love in 1896. Over 125 years, 5 generations, family owned and operated. Good to the last crumb, Leidenheimer French bread. Leidenheimer Baking Company. Now that's New Orleans. Doesn't get much more New Orleans than that. Yeah, you right. That's Yaddy, New Orleans. In Kansas, they say, yes, comma. You are correct. Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson with you. On this Valentine's Day, I'm staying on this side of the glass. Not only is Joe married with a child, he keeps trying to kiss me on Valentine's Day. It's scary. He got me flowers and a box of chocolates. I'm like, is it 1956, Joe? And he said, would I be trying to kiss you if it was 1956? Oh, anyway, I'll be staying on this side of the glass until Joe turns out the lights and leaves the studio. This Valentine's Day, it's making him frisky. Corey Johnson with you, Wide Open Wednesday. Happy Valentine's Day. We are coming right back. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
1970 was an exciting time in New Orleans. The first Jazz Fest was held, the city hosted its first Super Bowl, and the first Helm Paint location opened on Earhart Boulevard. While the floppy disks, mood rings, and pet rocks may have come and gone since the 70s, Helm Paint has grown to become your premier source for quality Benjamin Moore products, competitive pricing, and personal service. Please visit one of our locations today and we'll meet our competitors' prices on any identical product. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamar Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe. For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer. The sounds of New Orleans. Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. Happy Valentine's Day on this wide open Wednesday. Gorgeous weather day. Get outside. I mean, it is incredible. Don't just look out that window. That's how it looks is how it is. It's like 62. It's cool. It's sunny. Mostly blue skies. Barely any clouds. Get outside and enjoy this Valentine's Day. You might be able to pull off the outdoor dining. Heading out with her, you might want to call the restaurant and be like, you got a table outside? One of the silver linings of the coronavirus crisis. I mean, we don't really think about things as things progress. We just accept what happens and we don't think back on how it used to be. This used to blow me away just 2-3 years ago, pre-coronavirus crisis, 2019 back, I don't know, 5 years ago. New Orleans, I mean, compared to New York, percentage-wise, per capita, New Orleans can't compare to New York in number of restaurants. But Manhattan weather is marginal. You can have great, beautiful days in New York City, and you can have slush and ice. I mean, no one goes, New York, man, great weather city. No one ever. It's on the East Coast, you know? They have restaurants with outdoor dining. I mean, it's like 45 and like a drizzle, and people are outside. Some. I mean, I think it has to get like below 45 or something for them to shut down outdoor dining in Manhattan. And it's most of the time, it's year round. I mean, when it's snowing and slushy and icy, no one's outside eating. And it's wrapped up and it's covered in snow and it's shut down. It's locked down. But there's outdoor dining in New York like it's Miami or it's in the Caribbean. It's everywhere. And I used to scratch my head every time I come back from New York and I'd go back home to New Orleans. I'd be like, we got like 24 restaurants tops, like 24 tops out of 1,000 plus that have outdoor dining in the metro area. There might be a dozen in the French Quarter, maybe more like a half dozen with like a courtyard outdoor dining. And then there were like a dozen others with like designated outdoor dining, seats outside where they put a tablecloth or candles, whatever. Little vase with some plants in it, flowers in it. Just very, very few. No, something that is fantastic. I mean, you got to find silver lining from Katrina. It might be the Orleans Parish Public Schools going away. You got to find a silver lining from the BP oil disaster. It might be billions of dollars going into restoring our coastline finally. No, you got to try to find a silver lining in everything bad, I guess. I'm not trying to be corny or philosophical. Boy, that Corey, he knows life. But this just seems pretty simple. Coronavirus crisis, I didn't sit there and look deep. I just wanted food. And restaurants, high-end restaurants that would normally be like, our sauce is separated. We were not putting that speckled trout in a to-go container. Hey, dude, I ate half of it and got a doggy bag when I ate at your restaurant. What's the difference? Well, it's your problem at that point. We don't know. We're not responsible for it. You ate it when it was hot the way we want to serve it. We're not giving you a to-go. Then all of a sudden, every high-end, the mid-high to high-end restaurants, like, sure, we offer to-go. We have a to-go menu. Now just about every high-end restaurant has to-go food. And then there's outdoor dining just about everywhere. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. There's outdoor dining at about, I don't know, maybe 25% of restaurants when it used to be like 2.5% of restaurants. A lot more restaurants, dozens and dozens and dozens of restaurants that have outdoor dining. Permanent now. Like they were doing it just temporarily. Like, damn, this thing sticks. This works. And then some restaurants even have curbside delivery. You pull up and they walk it out like, hey, here's your bloomin' onion. Welcome to the Outback, mate. Throw a shrimp on the barbie. Australians must have been like, you dumb Americans. Anyway, you got to find the silver lining. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, Valentine's Day, you might want to consider outdoor dining. It's nice outside, especially you folks hitting the geriatric hours circuit. You know, that early, you got the 5:15, 5:30. I got a buddy sometimes, he will send me a photo. That's what happens when you get older, Joe. You don't send photos of women, you send photos of dishes of food. It's pathetic. Dude, check out this chicken. Dude, look at how good that speckled trout looks. It's like, wow. A friend will send me photos like just plate of food. He's at a restaurant. It's like 5:45. I'm like, dude, how old are you? Go put on the Lawrence Welk, take your Geritol, and go to sleep, dude. Jeez and peace. I will be asleep by 6:45. Anyway, some folks dine early, the 5:30, 6:30 gimmick. I know when I'm with my mommy, she wants to eat early. I don't want to eat that late. So I'm going to, hey, Mom, it's my world. We got, you know, it's her world. I'm just a mere participant in it. Anyway, no, you dining out early, you might want to consider the outdoor dining. I think you could pull that off. Boy, what a Super Bowl, huh? Back on Sunday? 5 full quarters of action, literally. Overtime and the entire overtime eaten up. Pat Mahomes, Kansas City, scooping up another one. I don't know what Pat Mahomes can't do. It's so funny. You see things in life and you're like, that'll never be duplicated. That'll never be surpassed. I mean, I'll give you an example of one that hits home a little bit in an interesting kind of way. It involves the Saints and Drew Brees, and it involves a native New Orleanian on the other side. That Drew Brees, 7 touchdowns, Eli Manning, 6 touchdown throws, 13 touchdown passes in one NFL game. I don't think we'll ever see that again in our lifetime. Never again. Never again. I mean, you say something like that, we'll never see another Jack Nicklaus. Look at Tiger Woods, you know? Right when you say we'll never see a Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Right when you say it, right when you think it. No, never see another Tom Brady. Pat Mahomes. I mean, Pat Mahomes just duplicates what he's done and then retires like at 35, not 45 like Tom Brady. He's the greatest ever. He's on the cusp right now. He's already without a doubt, anyone that has a top 5 NFL quarterback of all time, Pat Mahomes is in it. And sorry, Drew Brees fans. Brees got passed by Pat Mahomes a few Pat Mahomes seasons ago. No player in NFL history has taken off like a rocket ship at this important position, quarterback like Pat Mahomes. No NFL player in history is a lock for the Hall of Fame this quickly as Pat Mahomes. He could have retired a few seasons ago at like 26 and would have been a first ballot NFL Hall of Famer. It's ridiculous. Big, physical, smart, quick, fast, cannon for an arm, assimilates and reads the defense quickly, sees it all. I don't know what the weakness is with this guy. And he's 28. It's crazy. But then you look on the other side, it's so interesting. You know, the can't miss Pat Mahomes type. What did he go? He went like 10th or 11th in the draft. And then Purdy was the last friggin' pick. it just kind of goes to show that, human beings, sports, different levels. You might, it's kind of strange. Like, I don't know how many examples of this there are, but I think they exist. They're players stuck in like double or triple A baseball. And the problem is double and triple A baseball. Like, if you can't identify the player, but they're there. And if you just put them in the major leagues, they'd be a star in the major leagues. Like, they require the big stage. I don't know in your life if you've ever had something bigger step up. You maybe faltered. You said, that isn't for me. You went back to where you were, and there's nothing wrong with that. Or maybe you stepped up in the bigger stage. It was like, man, this is where I belong the whole time. Pat Mahomes is just unbelievable. My mom's like, I don't like that Pat Mahomes. I'm like, why? And she's like, because he's so good. Want to see someone else win. It's like, I hear you. No, she was pulling for Baltimore, hoping she thought they were the most complete team. I'm like, man, is there another 93-year-old that knows the NFL like my mom? I'm sure there are, but damn, she knows. It knows the players' names, everything. That Purdy. I'm like, wow. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday. Super Bowl, less than a year away. What, about 360 something days? February 9th. It's a leap year, so add an extra day. We'll have a 29th this year. February 9th, 2025. Super Bowl 59 right here in the Crescent City. Yeah, you right. We need that too. Economic impact's going to be giganticus. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Plus, I've talked about this. I like right now's the countdown. So it's sort of like, hey, New Orleans, you got a year to clean up. Paint stuff, plant some trees, cut those weeds, put a fence and hide that, put lights and amplify that, put the spotlight literally on that. That's a beautiful thing. Lots of things to do in the next year. Plus the CEOs, the billionaires, Michael Heck, Ray to New Orleans Inc., New Orleans and Company folks. They've got everybody they need to talk to. They'll be right in front of them in a year. Corey Johnson with you.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
For over 120 years, New Orleans' very own Leidenheimer French bread.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port NOLA has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville. Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you. The day after Mardi Gras, a few days after the Super Bowl. It's Valentine's Day. It's Ash Wednesday. So much going on in the Crescent City and beyond. Rouse's Market's phone lines, 766-9480. Rouse's Market's phone lines, 766-9480. Boy, those Rouse's Markets, just right away like that, they go from the aroma of king cakes a bacon, no one sells more king cakes than Rouse's, to crawfish a boiling. That's the aroma at the Rouse's Markets now. No one sells more boiled crawfish, hot from the pot, ready to eat than Rouse's. No one sells more crawfish live by the sack than your Rouse's Markets. It's crawfish season. Rouse's Markets taste like home. Yeah, did I mention it's Valentine's Day? I just talked to a buddy of mine a few minutes ago. He's just in he's screwed, 100%. This was during the break, about 20 minutes ago, just chit-chatting with a friend of mine. He was planning on getting his significant other something like around, 5:30, 6 o'clock after he gets off work. Bumps into the significant other in the middle of the day, and she freaks out at him for not getting him anything. So now he's like, dude, if I go get her what I was planning on getting her, she's just going to think it's some kind of recovery gift kind of thing and just make things worse. Plus, it takes away the good deed I was going to do. I'm like, you're screwed. There's just no way around it. Reminds me of a blind date I was on. Joe, I ever tell you this story? This is a funny one. This is a funny story. Joe running our controls, by the way. And maybe my friend out there can listen to this story too that I was talking to. I get set up on a blind date. This might have been the last blind date I ever went on. I'm not big on blind dates. I would never set anyone up on one. I don't know why I did this. So I ding dong, go to a girl's house. I'm not kidding. The girl opens the door. I'm like, oh my God. I was just like, this girl is absolutely stunning. My type. I am, dopamine is flying through my brain. I am just like, wow, I'm in la la land. I'm high off of how this girl looks to me. I'm like, I mean, I'm not like, oh my God, I could marry this girl. But I was just like, this girl's incredible. Want to date this girl. Want to go out with this girl. This is incredible. I can't believe I'm on a blind date that this is so good. Just grand slam home run. I was ecstatic. On a 1 to 10 scale, is on a 50 level. Hey, wait a second. I'll go get Brenda. What? No. Don't go get Brenda. You just get out let Brenda, your roommate, stay here. So I'm stuck with Brenda, and I'm making up the name. And all I could think about was Alice, whoever opened the door the whole time. How do I get rid of Brenda and get with Alice? And she's impossible. It's impossible. It can't be done. That was my torture. So, yeah, my buddy, dude, getting off work in a little while, going to pop by a little spot, pick up something for the old lady. Guess what? I go to lunch with her today. Where's my gift? Where's Valentine? You don't even remember, not even a card? You suck. Boom. He's like, now I'm going to go after work and pick up the gift. She's thinking I'm reacting to her freaking out. It's like, I'm screwed. I'm like, you are screwed. It's like, what can I do? I'm like, nothing. It's like, help me out. I'm like, can't. I wish I had answers. Dude, what am I going to do? I'm like, cry, get on your knees and beg. I told him, I said, all I can say is maybe go to Walgreens, get a card, and write all of that down. I love you, the most important thing in my life. I'm sorry if you feel like I neglect you sometimes. I literally was planning on picking you up this, weed eater that I thought was a great gift because I'm dumb. And that wasn't until 5:30 after I got off from the law practice or whatever you do. Welding, whatever, it doesn't matter. And you freaked out earlier. And you're not wrong. Maybe I should have at least said Happy Valentine's Day or said something to you. I don't know. But the gift ain't ready till 5:30. And now I feel if I'm getting it for you, you think it was, a reaction instead of me being proactive. Anyway, love you, babe.
Yeah, you wrong.
Signed, Corey, the divorced guy. Take my advice, married men. It's Corey, the divorced guy. The best advice I ever got, Joe, after the fact was it's like, somebody's like, dude, I've been married like 30 years, You're going to make thousands, maybe tens of thousands of decisions with your wife. He's like, there are probably 2 or 3 you need to participate in. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, the mortgage, maybe, the house mortgage, maybe like buying a car, but maybe not. Don't even get involved in that. He's like, not too many others. He's like, hey, I want to paint the house this color. Okay. Hey, I want to go. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Before. Hey, yes. I didn't even ask you. I know. Yes. Or if you want no, the answer no. He's like 2 or 3 things you really need to get involved with. All the rest, just let it go. And now I'm kind of a let it go guy. Before I was like, I don't want to paint the outside color. I'm stuck with that. Let's argue about it. Married tips from divorced Corey Johnson. Take my advice, people. Wow. Happy Valentine's Day. I will give you some good advice. All 5 Woodhouse Day Spa locations are open right now. Mid-City, New Orleans, Metairie near North Kenner, Mandeville, Slidell, Baton Rouge, WoodhouseSpas.com. What's that, Blue Boy? The Woodhouse is a great Valentine's Day gift. You say it's so it's what she wants. You say it just like it's obvious. It's what she wants. I hear you, Blue Boy. You're right. 5 o'clock power hour coming your way.
You're
next.
On the Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend & Company Fine Jewelers, Breitling time, 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. It's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Another challenge for the Green Hornet. His aide, Cato, and their rolling arsenal, the Black Beauty. On police records, a wanted
Listen to
criminal.
Al Hurt
Green
in the
Hornet is
60s.
really Britt Reed.
Can you imagine Al Hurt and the people producing his music in the 60s? You have rock and roll, the electric guitar emerging. Just how do you keep this guy relevant? By playing the trumpet like this. I'm getting carpal tunnel just thinking about it. How do you get those chunky fingers moving so fast? Listen, old Jumbo, go. Go, Al Hurt, go. Yeah, you, right. You're not on Broadway. You're on the neutral ground. Corey Johnson with you. Guess what's coming to New Orleans, Louisiana, February 9th? Super Bowl 59, Louisiana Superdome, less than a year away. Quinn Hillier joins us on the program. Another edition of Hillier and Hennigan. We did that about a week or so ago. Right-leaning Quinn Hillier, left-leaning Alex Hennigan. We talk, national, international politics and the like. Quinn Hillier had a great tweet. I thought the general premise was a good idea. He was like, man, why don't we get Dr. Michael White and some jazz musicians, and that'll be the halftime show for our Super Bowl. Now, here's the deal on a Super Bowl halftime show. I don't think you can go like that old school, but it got me thinking. I thought Quinn's, seed that he planted was brilliant. The halftime show, first off, in a year, less than a year, February 9th, 2025, Super Bowl 59. The next Super Bowl is in the Dome. Now, you remember the Super Bowl on Sunday was supposed to be in the Superdome. But then the NFL, after they awarded New Orleans that Super Bowl, they decided to go from 16 regular season games to 17, pushing the Super Bowl into Mardi Gras. The couple of Sundays before Mardi Gras, we can pull off the Super Bowl. The Sunday before Mardi Gras, a little difficult. So we got the game pushed back to 2025. Las Vegas jumped in, seemed to do a pretty seamless job in their city that's designed for tourists and visitors, and brand new state-of-the-art stadium, plug in and go. Now, I'm excited about the year countdown because it lights a flame under New Orleans' ass. It gives us a sense of urgency to get things done, to clean up the city. So we put on our, best look when all these folks come in town. And that's another point. All these folks, Fortune 500 CEOs, billionaires, millionaires, decision makers, movers and shakers, they'll all be in New Orleans in a year, like they were in Vegas over the weekend. The opportunity is unlimited for New Orleans to try to lure some business to the city during the Super Bowl. Showing off our city, folks having a good time, saying, man, why don't you put a permanent location here? 100 jobs, 200 jobs. Give some folks options. You got tens of thousands of employees. A few hundred would like to be in New Orleans. Come on. You win, we win, everybody wins. The opportunity's huge. The economic impact of a Super Bowl is giganticus. Hundreds of millions of dollars. But the halftime music show for New Orleans in 2025, it shouldn't be, hey, we got Jay-Z, or we got, some country act, or we got this or that. New Orleans is the music capital of the world. Every form of modern music, every single form, the major genres. I mean, we're not going hundreds deep into, it's, light, heavy metal / pulse rock. I mean, there's all kind of different things. The major music genres, either they were literally born in New Orleans or New Orleans had a major influence on them. I mean, New Orleans, the birthplace of jazz. I mean, maybe the birthplace of blues. Maybe the birthplace of rock and roll. Maybe the birthplace of R&B. Maybe the birthplace. I mean, we can go on and on and on. And then what we didn't, where you could argue maybe it's the birthplace, major influence. No one's arguing that. I mean, Bob Marley in his book talked about New Orleans and that music influencing him with the reggae sound. So New Orleans is the music capital of the world. We have world-class musicians. I think if you put some big bad stage up and you put all our world-class musicians on that stage, highlighted by the biggest and best that we have, like the Aaron Neville, Irma Thomas types, coupled with all the new folks out there that are big time, known around the world. And then you get like every brass band, including like Olympia Brass Band, the old timers, and they're highlighted in their little groups on this big stage. And you literally have hundreds of New Orleans, even Louisiana performers. You don't need anyone else. You get outside production, folks out of New York and Los Angeles to produce this world-class level show with our talent. You could even have a video screen and have folks like Louis Armstrong, Al Hurt, Alan Toussaint, saying something, playing something, a line or two out of what they're doing, integrated into the songs, all New Orleans music, all Louisiana music. And here's the ultimate kicker that puts it over the top, talking about old school and old Super Bowls and old New Orleans. On one side of that stage, you have the Grambling State University Band. And then on the other side of the stage, you have the Human Jukebox, Southern University Marching Band, which, by the way, both have performed at Super Bowls in the past when it was about a marching band at halftime. Now wasn't that Usher show the best thing you've ever seen? I love the old school person going, who is Usher? And then the reply was, it used to be someone that would escort you to the seat at the theater, but we don't have any time for that right now. That was like the reply. I had to give the old heart thumbs up check on that one. I'm not knocking any of this modern stuff. That's every Super Bowl, anywhere, USA. It's generic. Usher at the Super Bowl. Las Vegas, Atlanta, Dallas. What does it matter? Seriously. Hey, it's Jennifer Lopez and Beyonce. Great. Los Angeles, San Fran, Phoenix, Dallas, Miami, Tampa. Doesn't matter. It is generic. It's like a cul-de-sac neighborhood. Anywhere USA. This is New Orleans Super Bowl. We don't need to bring in the music. We got the music here. We just need to highlight the existing artists and music we have here. We have hundreds of them on that big stage. You could spotlight them. You could have little different people singing different parts, like a We Are the World Live Aid type of thing. Different lines, different words, different verses for different great, talented New Orleans and Louisiana singers that are known all around the country, all around the world. Don't need to bring in Jay-Z or Beyonce or some country act. Who was your boy that ran into the tattoo parlor and he was drunk and the tattoo parlor guy was drunk and they did up his face? What's the name of that guy? What's that group, Joe? He sang the national anthem at the Super Bowl. I know I should know. It's one of those crazy name things. Everybody's going, Corey, you don't know the tattoo-faced dude's name at the Super Bowl?
Post Malone.
That's exactly. Name, yeah. Not pre-Malone, post, which is vitally important.
Yeah, pre-Malone had no face tattoo.
None at all, Joe. But his whole back was tatted up. Pre-Malone. Post. Anyway, no, I mean, that's not knocking post Malone. Pre-Malone. Any Malone. But you want to have a Malone up there? Put the Radiators up there. Guitarist from the Radiators. Put that Malone up there on the stage. You could have a few dozen bands. You could have, a good dozen brass bands. You could have dozens and dozens of singers and artists that are New Orleans and Louisiana. And then Grambling State and Southern's marching bands on either side of that stage. Let's make it an all Louisiana, all New Orleans halftime music show at the Super Bowl. We don't need to import musicians.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port NOLA has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Served in New Orleans' finest restaurants, Leidenheimer French bread. There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love. More. when you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. 5 o'clock power hour on a wide open Wednesday. Thanks so much for joining us on radio, on television. Hey, we're on YouTube. Click to subscribe to our fledgling YouTube channel. I stink at social media. I'm trying to get better at it in 2024. Bees are trying. I'm hoping. Jeez, I'm not a big fan of social media, Joe. I have a quote, Joe, that I came up with, that I invented. Who can say I got a quote? I don't think many people, huh? Writers. Social media, like a kazoo, anyone can play. Like no talent required. Anyone can play a kazoo. And like a kazoo, only the person playing the kazoo is enjoying the sounds. No one else. Geesh, social media. Please, Elon Musk, make Twitter a pay platform. Please.
He's already mostly killed it, so I don't know what's happening over there.
Please keep it going. It's amazing to me, just Elon Musk, just some of just what he's done, and then just some of the other stuff that's like the polar, diametric opposite. Like today, he said just something like, you can't believe any news. You know, it's like, then how do you know what you know, Elon? Do you have your reporters? I mean, with your money, I guarantee you, Elon Musk, with his money, billions of dollars, richest man on the planet, doesn't have a dozen reporters around the country getting information for him. I love the mainstream media comments. It's just like, that's just like doctors suck, lawyers suck, insurance agents suck, radio people suck, welders suck. Well, who doesn't suck? Just as, mainstream media. What does that even mean? You know what that means? Well, what I consider the mainstream media, well, you want to go through the list? I mean, it's like, yeah, yes, no, yes, no. I mean, how did you come to that conclusion on that is or isn't mainstream media? You know what I mean? It's just sort of this vague cloud floating in the sky that you can never touch or really put your feet on the ground. It's a joke, mainstream media. How do you know what you know then? How do you know what you know? Osmosis? I mean, what is it? Jeez, mainstream media, the media. It's mind-blowing. I got a friend, CBS sucks. CBS sucks. I'm like, you ever watch 60 Minutes? They suck. Wow, okay. I was watching the Isle of Man motorcycle race thing they did. It's like a documentary kind of thing. I learned about the Isle of Man and this motorcycle race every year. That's the problem. These people that are like the liberal outlet, Avalanche kills 300 in Italy. Where's the liberal or conservative angle there? Plane crashes. There's no flooding, hurricane. There's no liberal or conservative angle. Maybe 10% of news has that. That's why I think like Fox should be called Fox Political News Commentary, MSNBC Political News Commentary, because it's not news. Now, when what's hitting the fan, like Gulf War, that's how you know who Wolf Blitzer is. CNN's ratings went through the roof. The rest of the time when they're doing regular news, the ratings aren't anything. So they had to get into the sensationalized business. It's like MTV. Videos, you can't find a video on MTV. You know why? Videos don't get ratings. But Snooki getting drunk and falling down steps on Jersey Shore, that gets ratings. Mike, the Situation, that gets ratings. No, so it isn't new. It's not Fox News or MSNBC News. It's political opinion talk. That's what it is. That's what it is. Anyway, most news isn't political. Most news is just news. Plane crashes, girl wins spelling bee. There's nothing political about it, but everybody wants to make it political. And the mainstream media thing is the biggest cop-out because it's vague. It's, oh, you know who they are. That just doesn't work. You know who isn't. That doesn't work. Corey Johnson with you on a Wednesday. Now, I saw a David Hammer report about what was it? Somebody official, I forgot, molesting kids or something. It's like, God damn mainstream media. It's like, thank God for investigative reporting and journalism. I think it was, about 50 years ago? You had, Watergate and the Vietnam War and New York Times and the Washington Post trying to do their job. And you had President Nixon and the powers that be trying to stifle them. And listen to what the Supreme Court said on ruling on if the New York Post, the New York Times could print, I think at this point it wasn't Watergate, it was Vietnam stuff. In the First Amendment, the Founding Fathers gave the free press the protection it must have to fulfill its essential role in our democracy. The press was to serve the governed, not the governors. The press is for us. The press is our security blanket. Those that bash the media, mainstream media. Look, they're all kind of bad doctor, bad welder, bad garbage man, good garbage man, good welder, good doctor, good architect. There's all good and bad. Most media folks trying to do their job. Are there some with whacked agendas? No doubt. Are there some that doing the job for all the wrong reasons? Definitely. Are there some that shouldn't be in a position of power that are in it? Yes. Are there some that are in a position that it looks like they're media and they're not media at all? No doubt. But that's up to us to be smart enough to decipher it, to break it all down. Up to each and every one of us. No one restricted or, mainstream media's got to go. That guy's got to go. Just crazy. Crazy. Even Carlson Tucker gets to go interview Putin and put it online, no matter how weak it was, no matter how much of a butt kissing it was, no matter how much. I mean, it is a lesson in journalism school how not to let the person you're interviewing control the interview. Carlson Tucker was like a little puppy dog, just scared, peeing in his pants, in awe, just with that squinty look like, I don't understand, just continuously for 2 hours while Putin went off on Russian history. What a joke that was. No scrutinizing questions, nothing about why did you invade Ukraine, And then I love it. Chris Wallace is critical of it, and a bunch of folks are like, Chris Wallace couldn't hold Carlson Tucker's jock. I'm like, dude, what planet are you folks living on? Who's got the resume and whose is blank? Who's got Peabody Awards and Emmys and whose is blank? Chris Wallace is a real journalist, for crying out loud. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday. Hey, Baton Rouge. Helm Paint and Decorating's in Tiger Town. 4 Helm Paint and Decorating locations in Baton Rouge. Free 2-hour delivery of those high-quality Benjamin Moore products. Baton Rouge, you don't have to go to the chain store, the national chain store. You don't have to go to the big box store. You can go to a store where there are painting experts that will help you out. Hands-on, best color matching, best high-quality Benjamin Moore products with a lifetime guarantee. Hey, Baton Rouge, free 2-hour delivery anywhere in Metro Baton Rouge. That means West Baton Rouge, like Brewley, Port Allen, East Baton Rouge, Prairieville, even Gonzales. Free 2-hour delivery from the Tiger campus to the Bluff and all points in between. Helm Paint and Decorating now in Baton Rouge. When you got to paint in Baton Rouge, you do it once, do it right. They'll steer you in the right direction. You go to Helm Paint and Decorating. Oh, don't worry, New Orleans. They didn't move to Baton Rouge. 7 New Orleans locations. including East Bank, West Bank, North Shore. And yeah, free 2-hour delivery, Helm Paint and Decorating. Hey, TV audience, I'll see you mañana, straight up 4 o'clock. We roll till 5:30 on television, 4 to 5:30. Cox Channel 4, Spectrum 333. And then it goes bye-bye. Good thing is you can check us out on the radio. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM. You can check us out live streaming, CoreyTalks.com, our website, CoreyTalks.com. And yes, we are on YouTube. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on YouTube. Corey spelled Kaare. So after we say bye-bye on television statewide, you can check us out till 6 o'clock. 2 big hours on the radio, 90 minutes of fun on television every weekday. You are on the neutral ground. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. Happy Valentine's Day. Hey, guys, don't be like my friend. First off, I now learned about a whole second scenario. They're guys that just try to avoid it. They try to get away with not giving her something on Valentine's Day. I don't know. They're like, I like the doghouse. I don't know what it is. Hey, Joe, we're going to stretch here for a second. You know, they like the doghouse. And they avoid like Valentine's Day, anniversary, birthday, holiday. It's like, are you insane? And it just, besides like just selfish, irrational, illogical behavior, it just sends a bad message. Like the opposite of what the message should be. It sort of just makes her think like she's not the most significant person in your life. You know, you got to react the opposite way. But a new scenario reared its head about an hour ago. It was in a break. I was talking to a buddy of mine during the break. And he's like, dude, I'm so screwed. And normally at the end of a conversation, when I'm talking to a friend, and if they're calling me with like they're in a, you know, at least there's something that, I'm not saying I cure their problem, but it's some good advice or something positive to say. At the end of the whole conversation, I was like, yeah, dude, you're screwed. Like that was it. I mean, like all I could do is concur with him. This is worse almost than the guy who just doesn't give a crap, because this guy gives a crap, but he's screwed worse than the other dude. He goes to lunch with his girlfriend, and she's like, no happy Valentine's Day, no card, just rips him. And he's like, he's getting her a gift, but he was going to pick it up after work, like at 5:30. So he thinks he's going to lunch on Valentine's Day with her. That's cool. Get to be with my, significant other, my girlfriend, most important person in my life at lunch, Valentine's Day. Instead, it turns into a nightmare. And now he's like, what am I going to do? Go get her the gift I was going to get her at 5:30 after I get off work? And she's going to think I just did it because I reacted to her freaking out at lunch. I'm like, yeah, you're screwed. Just, I don't know how you get out of that situation. I just told him, and Joe running our controls played the yeah, you wrong sounder after I said this. I said, I don't know, get her card, explain all that. Say, I wasn't forgetting about you. I was getting you the present at 5 o'clock. That's the truth, And now you brought up at lunch. I feel like me getting you the present at 5 o'clock, you're going to think it's, BS. So I was like, still go get her the present you planned on getting her. Write her the card, saying all that. You love her. You'd never overlook her or any of that. And blah, 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 blah. And then I look up at Joe, and he plays the yeah, you wrong sounder. And then I went into a diatribe of, well, Joe, you're married with a child. What the hell do you know? I'm divorced. And then that didn't make any sense at all. And then I said, I'm divorced again. And that just kept digging my hole. And then Joe just laughed at me. And then my friend who I was probably talking to earlier is like, and I'm taking Corey's advice. He's divorced. I'm trying to get married to my girlfriend. Yep, that might be the pull a Jesse Owens and run in the opposite direction of my advice? I don't know. It's like, oh, yes. Listen to the divorced guy. He knows what's up with the ladies. With the ladies. Oh, I was laughing the other day, Joe. I was with a friend of mine. He's a little older than me, about 10 years older. And I was talking to some girl and walked over by him, and he's like, talking to the broads. And I was like, wow, broads. I was like, I get Fletcher Macklon on Fridays, and I'll say like, yeah, man, where you going? Fletcher, go check out the chicks. And Fletcher be like, did you say chicks? I mean, F-bomb, F-bomb, And after about 30 seconds of that, he'll say, you said chicks. I don't know if you're going to have any good farts, picking up on any chicks, using the word chicks. So my buddy said broads. And then I was like, I guess after broads, it was chicks. And then what was before broad? Dames? We went into that. We said dames was pre-broads. Hey, look at the dames. Look at the gams on those dames. I think gams would be legs, Joe.
Hey there, toots.
Hey.
Va-voom, va-voom.
Yeah. Dames, broads, chicks. It's like, wow. It's better than like the B word those rappers use. So disrespectful, by golly. I could rap, Joe. I could rap very easily. They would just call me the slow rapper. My name is Corey, and I like to rap. A lot of the time, it sounds like crap. I try real hard, but I got to go slow. I need my brain to catch up to come up with something.
Anabolic beat.
There we go. Thank you for bailing me out, Joe. Yo, 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 you're on the neutral ground. Corey Johnson, he ain't no clown. He comes every day bringing the heat. It's USDA prime meat. Yo, yo, yo. You do stuff like this to burn a little time. I say, yo, yo, yo. Walking down the avenue, doing my thing. I saw a bunch of chicks say, hey, hey, hey. They looked at me. I looked at them. Next thing I know, oh, what rhymes with them? Joe, our ratings have taken off. I can rap presents. Not really. Not really, Joe. I'm not a good gift rapper either. That's my rap name, Slow Corey. I got to go slow. Wow. You're sure rap didn't have a K in front of that name originally? Sorry, not a big rap fan. And I'm not a big new country fan. Like these are opposite things, totally different demos. I'm not into new country and I'm not into rap. I'm one of those weird guys. I like human beings that are playing musical instruments in their songs. I don't know, Joe. I guess maybe I'm old because it's really hard for me, honestly, to like, dude, that rapper, his lyrics are deep. I'm like, no, they're not. No, they're not. She has a big juicy butt or whatever. I mean, I'm not, kill the police. It's just, I know that's like old school, but I'm not, I don't know. You slap me with a fish cleaning glove, but I don't know. I think if you're a musician, you have to be able to play a musical instrument. I don't know. Jeez, at least admit you don't. Like old Kanye West, he goes, I can't play any musical instrument. At least he admits it. Can't play piano, no, there's not a musical instrument I can play. I saw Jay-Z, he had a guitar around his neck. I don't know if you've seen this video. He obviously cannot play the guitar. I don't even know if it was hooked in or not. You got to see the video. It's hysterical. It's like Corey Johnson on stage playing the guitar. I mean, I can do this, Joe. I can move my fingers and strum, but he was not playing the guitar. I don't even know if it was hooked into an amp or anything. It looked so awkward with Jay-Z with this guitar strung over. It looked like it was too low. It didn't look right. I'm like, there's no, and he's barely strumming it. It's just there for like, I'm a musician, ? All right, I've alienated all the rap fans and new country fans. Thank you for all the loyalty through the years. I understand why you're leaving. Thank you. Oh, boy. Joe, I was about to just saying, but that only means one of two things. Either you're lying or you're insulting someone. That's the only reason. That's, Dude, I got my private jet and I flew to Paris last night. Just saying. You're either lying or, Joe, I don't know if that shirt does you right. Just saying. You kind of look pregnant with that shirt, Joe. Just saying. I'm just saying you look Now, it's like Geneva Convention. I can insult you if I just add the disclaimer, just saying at the end. Joe, those shoes make you look real fat. Just saying. Happy Valentine's Day. And I'm not just saying. The Woodhouse Day Spa open late, 5 area locations, guys. They're in New Orleans, Mid-City, Canal Street by Carrollton. They're in Metairie by North Kenner, Transcontinental at West Esplanade. They're in Mandeville. They're in Slidell. They're by the Mall of Louisiana in Baton Rouge. I recommend going to one of the 5 locations. And in that foyer lobby area, there are all kind of goodies for her. Candles, bath salts, moisturizers. Get somebody, one of the staff to help you. They'll get the little bag with the tissue paper, the ribbon, the bow, all that stuff that she loves. And then get her that gift card. I recommend the full-blown day of relaxation. She'll love you for it. Guys, it's what she wants. A day of relaxation from the city's premier day spa, the Woodhouse Day Spa. They're open late tonight, Valentine's Day. Don't blow it. Head to one of the 5 area locations. Mid-City, New Orleans, Metairie near North Kenner, Mandeville, Slidell, Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. Now, I've even got you bailed out if you can't make it to one of the locations. You got a printer? Go online. Go to woodhousespas.com. Woodhousespas.com. Print your own gift card, any denomination for her. And then go to like Walgreens and get a Hallmark card and put that printed gift card in the Hallmark card. Whew. Corey bailed me out, saved me. Woodhousespas.com. Happy Valentine's Day. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us do you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
See that little cut right there? That could be, who is that, Joe? It's not Rebirth. That's Stanton Moore. Stanton Moore would be up on the stage. Are you kidding me? Bonorama, Rebirth, Olympia Brass Band. What am I talking about? We don't need music imported for Super Bowl 59 next year in the Dome. We do not need a single musician brought in from out of the city, out of the state of Louisiana. That's one thing we've got covered. And we've got so many of them. It could be a mega show. It could be a mega show. No, you're not. You get all of them, all the biggest and the best and the brightest we have, and they all get some major lines that they get to sing. When they hit them, I mean, it's all choreographed. It's all practiced. It's done by Los Angeles, New York production folks. It's first class. But instead of Jay-Z or Jennifer Lopez or whoever, Usher, it's all New Orleans. It's Aaron Neville. It's Irma Thomas. It's Alan Tucson up on the video board and Al Hurt ripping off some trumpet riff on the big board. I mean, Louis Armstrong leading off the thing on a big video board, working some of his songs in with today's artists, all from New Orleans, all from Louisiana. Sonny Landreth on guitar from Lafayette. I mean, go on and on and on. It's the Andrews family, the Nevilles, the Marsalis, the Baptiste. I mean, are you kidding? You could have a few hundred people on the main stage, all of them with a part, kind of like, you know, We Are the World, the Live Aid, like everyone's singing a line or two. And then just to make it New Orleans and Louisiana Super Bowl caliber all over the top, you got that stage in the middle of the field with hundreds of New Orleans and Louisiana performers, many of them world class. And then on one side of the stage, you have the Grambling State Marching Band. And on the other side of the stage, you have the Human Jukebox, Southern University's marching band. Old school, like the Super Bowls used to be. With the new school, the New York, Los Angeles production, but not with Jay-Z or Beyonce or some country band, but with New Orleans and Louisiana musicians. We've got way too much talent. We are the music capital of the world. We either invented every major music genre or have major influence in any modern major music genre. No, New Orleans is it. Music capital of the world, live music, most talent. I mean, a bus driver could be a world-class guitarist. An architect could be a great saxophone player. It's just insane, the talent in this city. We do not need to import a single musician for the Super Bowl, and we'll put on a show that everyone will want to watch and will be appreciated. It's not going to have the draw of Usher, but I think ultimately it would. And I think people would love it. I think especially if you get all our local folks, and like I said, Los Angeles and New York people producing it. So it's got that Super Bowl level look and lighting and special effects and the stage and all of that. It could really be something special. And the beautiful part is it wouldn't be dropping the Super Bowl show. It would be taking it to another level because, no offense, all those other artists I mentioned, that's just anywhere USA, any Super Bowl anywhere. Hey, the Atlanta Super Bowl, we've got Usher. Tampa Super Bowl, Usher's performing at halftime. Miami Super Bowl, Usher. Dallas, Usher. San Fran, Usher. LA, Usher, doesn't matter. Anywhere USA, nothing special. This is a New Orleans Super Bowl, our 11th, tied for most ever, 8th in the Dome. No other venue has hosted more Super Bowls than the Superdome. Compact city, Super Bowl city, we're made for it. No, we have to do something special. Look, I'll tell you what. The competition for Super Bowls just gets more intense all the time. There's a new player that's going to be part. Las Vegas is already in. You want to know who's next? Nashville. They're going to build a new stadium downtown that is Super Bowl ready. And they're becoming a major tourist city now. Southern City, Southern Charm, highlighting everything, making up new venues and the like, lots of money, big economic, opportunity for folks there, lots of folks moving there. No, they'll be hosting Super Bowls in the rotation, just like New Orleans is, like Dallas, like Phoenix. Just stretches it out longer and longer for us to host. So you think Nashville's going to do something about with their halftime show? And this is, could be 5, 6, 7 years. The stadium's not open, won't be open for a few years. But they'll get a Super Bowl. You think they're just going to do a generic show, or they're going to do something to highlight, put a spotlight on Nashville and the Music City? We're the Music City. We've got to do that. We got to take advantage of it. We don't need to import a single musician. We can do a world-class show with all local talent, New Orleans and Louisiana talent. Hey, did you check out the Super Bowl at Katie's on Sunday? Why aren't you at Katie's right now? Pelicans tonight. Check out the Pels on a big flat screen at Katie's. And unlike a sports bar, actual food you want to eat, a taste of New Orleans, big portions, great for sharing, old school, New Orleans specialties. Katie's, as New Orleans as it gets, Iberville, Corner Tallahassee, the quintessential New Orleans neighborhood restaurant. Why aren't you at Katie's right now?
Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Since 1896, a true taste of New Orleans. Leidenheimer French bread.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSAgency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSAgency.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Hi everyone, it's Tommy Wrong for AsbestosMoneyGrab.com. This is not, I repeat, not for folks with real asbestos problems. But if you're like me, and we're maybe taking a shop class in high school where you maybe breathed in some brake dust, and you know for certain you're fine, but you're the type of person that takes advantage of these types of situations, get tested, lawyer up, and steal some money like me. Go to I'm not really hurt at all, but like exploiting the system for free cash.com.
For over 20 years, serving healthy, fresh, authentic Middle Eastern cuisine, Lebanon's Cafe. In the Carrollton section of Uptown on the streetcar line, Wednesday through Monday, 11 a.m. to 9:30. Lebanon's Cafe. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port NOLA has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen. I'm telling you, Trey Yen in Mandeville, one of New Orleans' best seafood restaurants. I'm not kidding you. The Wong brothers love our seafood bounty. The whole speckled trout, the whole flounder. They take the local fresh fish, debone it, keep the head and tail on, flash fry it to perfection, and then ladles of their tung cho sauce on it, their signature tung cho sauce, sweet and spicy. You get both fillets, oysters, crawfish, shrimp, soft shells. Tough to beat Trey Yen in Mandeville when it comes to seafood. Lent has begun. Great seafood at Trey Yen in Mandeville. You will not be disappointed. And don't forget about those lunch specials. But the crawfish, the fresh Louisiana crawfish tails in that lobster sauce, like around $10, $12 lunch specials Tuesday through Friday at Trey Yen in Mandeville. Tough to beat. Mandeville, Trey Yen, yummy in one's tummy. Corey Johnson with you on a very busy Wednesday. Happy Valentine's Day. Those Woodhouse Day Spa locations are staying open late. You can also print your own gift card online, woodhousespas.com. Don't blow it, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. Incredible weather right now. Sun setting, blue skies, little cloud cover, barely any clouds. Just beautiful, cool, crisp evening, high 50s, 60 degrees about right now. Just perfect. Get outside, enjoy it on this wide open Wednesday. Wow, what a great Mardi Gras. We'll find out the economic numbers soon. I'm assuming it's going to be maybe the best Mardi Gras economic impact-wise the city's ever seen.
What a Super Bowl back on Sunday, huh? Already Wednesday. Lent, Ash Wednesday. Corey Johnson with you. I'll see you mañana, Thursday, 4 o'clock. Be there.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend and Company Fine Jewelers, Breitling time, 6 p.m.